to Pro League and our second week of cross-divisional play. I'm your host, Katie Bedford, joined on this very tall desk by nameless Pac-Man and Sonny. Did you have a growth spurt over the weekend?
Yeah, going to the gym. I'm gonna be 6'5" by next week.
Dude, I saw you do the tweet your height. You said 6 feet. I didn't know you got this tall.
Jesus Christ, man. I'm short, man. I'm a tiny terror now, yeah.
I need a booster seat.
I know.
Yeah.
Someone bring us pillows, please.
I'm doing my best simp impersonation.
We can all be tiny terrors. It'll be great. All right, we need to talk about London because something we've been reiterating a few times now is that, of course, when cross-division is done, those seeds will be determined by the placings here, Pat.
Yeah, I mean, after this week, we're going to see what the pools are. It could be a blessing and a curse to have a good week. You could be at the top of the pool, but have one of the tougher pools. Someone like Luminosity was in the middle of their division. We don't know what's going to happen, but all you can do this week is go in and win your matches.
I mean, that's very true. I mean, at the end, it's all about getting those wins. And I think we talked about it, Study, a little bit before last week, that E United didn't get the perfect 4-0. So, you know, on the off chance that 100 Thieves can come in and get a perfect 4-0, that'll kind of flip some of those seeds as well.
Oh, yeah, 100%. You know, last week, E United coming in with Simp. They only had a couple days of practice. They pulled out a 3-1 week. They definitely went home happy with that. 100 Thieves, you have some more practice with Priest, obviously. Fortunately, he got sick at the last event. That's the most, like, what-if event. Like, if they had him still, what could have happened? But just overall, I just felt like 100 Thieves are just going to come in prepared and ready to handle business.
All right, let's take a look at our division standings. Again, I've said it before, we've already done 1 week of this cross-divisional play where we've seen A and B go head-to-head. And of course, look at those two top on Division A, Gen.G and Midnight. We will see them play today, and Gen.G will be going up against Denial here, Nameless, in just a couple minutes.
Yeah, and Gen.G actually 3-0'd Denial at the last event, so they definitely have the confidence over them. And, you know, they think that this new roster is a way better team than their last one, and they went 6-1 with their last team. So, you know, they should be super good going into this. And then in terms of Midnight being in second place, I expect them to go down a little bit. Obviously, they got a little bit more practice with their new squad, but they won 2 maps at the last event. Pretty much an abysmal performance. I don't expect them to keep up, you know, that 5-2 pace, but I do expect them to be better than they're showing at Fort Worth.
Yeah.
No shade to the last cross division, but this cross division has a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 6th, and 8th place team, and none of those.
Very competitive.
Yeah, and none of those are Optic Gaming. Optic got 12th place, so this section of cross division is going to be super competitive. Yeah, it's super tough. So if any team's able to go 4-0 through this, I mean,
that's the gauntlet.
Yeah,
that's the preparation right there. To go 4-0.
So how do you think, Pac, maybe Optic's going to show up here? Because, I mean, we've seen someone like LG won and had kind of a slower week last week, and then Optic maybe had a slower Fort Worth, and then maybe we'll see a little more of them here?
Well, I mean, it depends on how their practice went at home and how their switcher specialists, how they managed to overcome that. Maybe it works for the better. We don't know yet, but we'll see. I expect them to go 3-1 or 4-0 this week just because we know them at their highest. They're just such a good team, right? So if Optic come out and take care of business like we know they can, I expect them to win their matches.
Now, our first match of the day, we'll pull up that schedule for you, is going to be Denial versus Gen.G. And what are you expecting, Study, from Denial?
Well, Denial definitely has improved. I had conversations with BFR, which is their coach. I was like, Mike, how are you able to coach these guys? They don't even speak your language. And he told me he went to college and obviously studied some French, so he's able to communicate with them. And he's just told me, like, overall, they've just been getting better. The vibes of the teams have been getting better. The consistency on certain players have been getting better. And just overall, their S&D game is definitely improved. They went from like a 3-5 record at Pro League to 5-3, which is definitely an improvement just because you have more on the winning side. But just overall, I feel like they're just going to be more prepared because they obviously have been practicing against all these teams all around the world now. So they're definitely going to be way better looking this week than they were in their first week.
Now, I saw your tweet earlier, Nameless, that you're going to be leaving us on the desk and going on to greener pastures. I'm going to miss you.
Yep, I'm gone. This is my last day on the desk, guys. I appreciate all the support that I've gotten lately, but I'm going back to playing.
Who the hell would pick you up?
Yeah, like, come on. Are you kidding me?
Any team pick me up over you, that's for sure.
Wait, Pac-Man, national champ, yeah?
5-time champ.
Okay, you got it.
Wait, that was a decade ago. That was in the single digits of the 2000s. Simp wasn't even born yet. Simp wasn't even born.
That's actually horrifying to think about. Some of these guys up here are so very, very young. But now, again, I said it before, we've brought up the schedule. We talked about it, Denial and Gen.G first, but then also, I mean, Pac, Splice versus Midnight, I don't think Midnight really has a chance.
No, but Splice seems to struggle against the teams that they should beat. Every time we go into the series, like, Splice going to beat these guys. They go Game 5, so Midnight definitely have a chance.
They won Game 5 with Midnight at the last event.
There you go. They went Game 5 with Midnight last event. They went Game 5 with Denial. They lost to Denial in the league. It's like, some of the teams, and then they went and got second place, right? So some of the teams that you think that they should have a huge advantage on, they don't. And their games are somewhat close. I don't know if that's their preparation,
Right.
but it's something.
Yeah, for this series, I'm pretty excited to see the control, because that's a game mode Denial was so bad at. Like, they lost to Spice 3-2, and Denial went 0-5 in control. So it's like, if they can sometimes win that, they'll be a good team, because, you know, they do have some maps that are really, you know, their strong suit, like Frequency, Hardpoint. They win that pretty often, and then they're also good at Search and Destroy. They win some round 11s at times, but they also throw some away. Like in that Spice series they played, they could have went so far in the tournament, but they threw that game 5 away. They had an opportunity to close it out. So you got to think they worked on their clutch factor, just talking about like situational plays and communication. And I want to see if they've improved in this time they've had off, and if they can bring it into the Columbus Arena.
Well, and Study, Denial seems like one of those teams that kind of feels like the teams we've talked about that you don't know what you're getting. Are you going to get the Denial that's going to come out hot and do well? Or are you going to get the Denial we saw before that was not right?
Yeah, well, just the simple fact that just the preparation that they had.
Yeah.
It was just overall, it's just them getting better. Just them getting better overall in general. It's just the time that they were able to spend against just scrimming against these teams here. And hopefully they're able to show to this match.
We will have to see. We are ready now to get things started with Denial and Gen.G, and we're going to hand it over to our casters, Miles and Momo.
I still can't believe Nameless thinks he's getting on the team after the blackout performances last night.
Whoa, I can hear him raging already.
Horses in the back right now. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, he's staying on the desk. Don't worry about that, guys. You'll have your favorite analyst staying right where he is. However, we're not going anywhere either. Both got some great games coming up. Denial versus Gen.G. First of all, to kick things off, a heavy favorite. But Denial, they were getting better. You know, when we last saw these guys, they were getting better after the Pro League. They went into CWL Fort Worth, and, you know, we saw some signs of light. You know, not the best team, of course, out there, but certainly deserving their spot right now.
It was exactly what the desk said for me. It's how well have they improved in that sort of downtime in between Fort Worth and now this cross-divisional play. Again, excited to see how that one goes for me. Again, in Fort Worth, it was kind of weird. Like, all the teams we expected to do very well did not. Like, we expected Heretics to be firing and absolutely crushing their way through the competition. We didn't see that. We saw instead Denial managing to turn things around. It was like a weird sort of turn of events when it came to the European teams. Same thing could be said for, again, all the major tournament favorites. Of course, we saw Reciprocity come out swinging. Fort Worth was a weird event, by all accounts. It was a strange one, but nonetheless, fist bumps are up and ready to roll, friends. We're almost hot to trot here. On the other side of the board, of course, Gen.G, a team that we have seen go from strength to strength again. Possibly a disappointing finish for them in Fort Worth. Again, the addition of Envoy has certainly upped the killing power. The slaying power in the squad is certainly different, but what we saw there was a squad that had only been together for a matter of weeks, and again, a lot of tough matches for them, a real test. Interesting to see how well they've changed and adapted. Yeah,
I think Fort Worth was always going to be strange with the amount of roster changes going in, but Gen.G last time I cast over them was with, of course, Miles, and they were sending Optic Gaming home in that loser bracket match. I think it was something along those lines, but Gen.G, that was one hell of a crowd which we saw at Fort Worth. Of course, a lot watching right now to kick things off. Day number 1, map number 1 here for the second set of games. Denial Esports versus Gen.G, going straight into it. Hardpoint is going to be on Seaside, and already the Sorgs are firing. A Major Maniac finding 2, 1v Naga.
There we go. Of course, Denial will be in the white outlines, Gen.G in the yellow. Gen.G on point, trying to contest out. You've got members of Denial shooting their way through. A lot of team fire. It's not easy to not hit your teammates in these situations. Again, while both teams well versed in the art of not killing their teammates and taking care of the enemy. At this point in time, it's very, very difficult not to. Mork's on point, but the ICR to work up close is going to get quickly traded out. Nagafen, though, trying to turn the tables with a 2-piece there of his own. No deaths for him yet, as Risk King holds down the flank, trying to stop the reinforcements of Gen.G making their way in.
Certainly so, as he does go down there. Nice little hold, and you see Morks rotating back. Now, a lot of players for Denial pushing through these barrels, and they'll have that call out there with 7 and 8 spawning out. So this is really important now for Gen.G to hold these spawns. They've lost the first Hardpoint. I say lost, they've given up the most time. But with the rotations they have and the kills coming in, Gen.G, a very strong position if they can just hold on. Risk does find one, will be traded out. I say will have to find another. My goodness, Morks got destroyed for a second there. But still, the spawns headed in Gen.G's favor. Now, can they culminate the amount of time that they need to? Of course, we know how powerful Fountain Hill can be, but right now, we're at the courtyard and firmly in control for Gen.G as they're looking to take the lead.
Yeah, this is, as you said, firmly in control. 40 seconds remaining here. Breezy, bit of covering fire is going to allow Nat Shea to make his way forward, but he's going to be running with the guns there of Gen.G. Up over the top, Havoc. He's going to take care of Breezy on the attack, but again, another bit of friendly fire from Gen.G. That's, what, 2 friendly fire kills in the first hardpoint? On the first 2 hardpoints, as again, close but no cigar for the members of Denial. They could not break in. The final 20 seconds will go the way of Gen.G, and the rotations have come through. Denial, though, they're in there first. Best dressed. Mork's trying to find the entry kills now through checkers.
Yeah, you see Natshe does go down. Very important kill. Just one kill like that really does kind of change the game almost. Natshe spawns on the other side of the map, and we're going to see Gen.G spawning down low. However, the rest of Denial do pick up those kills that are needed. They will obviously have the hardpoint now, and the spawns may just favor them if they decide to go down, but pinching from both sides here. Number 9, Havoc going to make an important kill there over by checkers. Now just waiting out his opponent. As on the flank, we're going to see the Tiny Terror himself, Major Maniac, take down risk, and this could be a nice push here. We start to see Natshe back off and try and hold these spawns, but is it going to be enough? 2 players going down from either side. Both teams now going to be spawning out due to the amount of players pushing forward and pushing these spawns, but this is actually really well done from Gen.G. The problem is Denial, they're going to be able to just kind of hold that, you know, and jump on this point as soon as he goes down, but instead of 60 seconds, they're going to get about 40 for the Troubles.
Yeah, and he saw a slow and steady take there from Gen.G. They got 1 player at a time up front. They managed to get 1 kill in the back, and then they all pushed in together, but still, the time very, very tight between both squads right now. Risking trying to hold something down the back, can't get it done. Breezy now charging straight through barrels. Here comes the final 6 seconds, as we are going to see the hardpoint go the way of Gen.G for the time being. The remainder of the reinforcements now hitting their way towards barrel. Breezy, though, they don't really have the numbers. It's a perfect pinch. These kills are huge, though. Breezy finding 2. They're still on point. But the numbers are going to go the way of Gen.G as Denial. They don't really have the manpower to stick it out right now, and Perfect Time Trophy is going to save 3 members of Gen.G there. That was immaculate.
Yeah, that cluster grenade could have taken a lot of damage here, given a lot of damage, should I say, but the trophy does come in, and perfectly executed. Gen.G have the hardpoint, contest comes in. Breezy and Whalers find 1. That's another team kill coming in for Gen.G, and it could come back to haunt them with 30 seconds left. A lot of time still to go here, but we're looking after our first rotation. A very, very close game, and a lot of people would have been siding on the side of Gen.G for this one. Breezy, though, 13-7 with 2 sets of streak, should I say. Natshe, bit of a slow start, but on the flip side of things, pretty much an even spread for Gen.G, and you look at the scoreboard, 85-80 after the first rotation of Hills here. Pretty much even.
Yeah, we've been seeing both teams very effective at breaking each other's setups, so neither are really able to develop that strong lead. Now we have Denial with the lead for the first time after that second hardpoint. Breezy ready to go with the grab slam again. Streaks to his name. Fists to his name as well. He's going to get it done with the slam. Finds those 2. Slows down the push from Gen.G, and that's just going to buy him time. An extra 10-15 seconds here before those players are going to be able to get back onto the charge. Number 3 watching mid-map all in his own. There's 2 players now watching the stairs. Natshe will now peek out, try to find something. He finds 1 clean pick. 40 seconds now remain on the point. And Breezy still holding that line, still with the streaks. Now in the middle of the map is open. Here comes the flood from Gen.G. Can they get something out of this one? This has been a terrible cafe hold. They have not been able to get the points for the final 30. Can they find something here?
Well, contest comes in, 3 kills, 2 coming from Morgs, and a second will come from Havoc. Another team kill coming in for Gen.G. My goodness. It's a 5v5. Make sure you're shooting the right players here. It is obviously hard. The Sorgs are firing so fast and usually so efficient, but not right now here. Denial do lead by around 25 points, but with 10 seconds left, we do see the TAC 5 boost come in. Gen.G looking for the break. They do have the spawns for the next hill, and it's Envoy right at the back. That's going to be a triple for Havoc, and that could be the change that Gen.G needed. We saw a well-utilized grab slam, of course, coming in down low, but Gen.G up the ante here with an extra.
Yeah, so slams are leading the charge for both teams. Both those Ruin players playing well. Both of them finding their specialist abilities quite early on here. Naga holding the back. Major Maniac's nades are up. That's going to slow him down. It's not going to get any kills. But again, time is working for Gen.G right now. This is brilliant. Wine barrels as Major Maniac makes itself a double. And now the front line starting to get that pressure. But again, watching the back end. That's going to be both Morks, and Envoy's out spot. He's watching the back, far back as well. There's going to be another strong courtyard hold now from Gen.G, and we're going to roll back over towards the fountain, the dreaded fountain. And once again, Denial have the control. Gen.G with a much bigger lead this time round. We'll see if they can break this any more efficiently now that they've got specialists to work with.
Yeah, Gen.G have been looking really good. I think that's the one hardpoint that's been held the best out of everything we've seen so far. A lot of specialists are being used. Are they going to connect, though? It looks like Flak Jacket may have been pulled out. This War Machine finding absolutely nothing. A little bit of a bait and switch, trying to find 1. That's going to be Lightning Strike. Surely you think they're going to make this rain here. But the Vision Pulse instantly popped there. Whalers suffering the consequences. Only goes down. Certainly not out. Lightning Strike and Hellstorm. That second wave there, that second pulse got him that Hellstorm. You'd like to think that he invests this. There's still 45 seconds, and it's going to be the Hellstorm. Surely finds Natshe. Can it find any more? Doesn't find Natshe. Dodging and weaving, yes it does. The final one falls through. Major Maniac does find 1, but in the house, Zeke still alive, answered back with more streaks, and this is where he gets a little messy, Miles.
Yeah, streaks to counter streaks, again, is going to allow them to get the final 30 seconds here to retain control, hold on to that setup. The Checkers push is still coming strong as two members are trying to make their way out now. Zeke just getting clipped there, singed by that nade. Again, trying to hit the flank on the back end. Risking only manages to get the kill. Can he find any more? Brilliant work now from Denial to take full control of the final 30 seconds and now to push those two players out who had wine barrels. So heads up play there from Denial. Nagafen's now in a tough situation where he's fighting for a 5 seconds of scrap time. The rest of his teammates are now going to be outnumbered on point because Whalers are going to be able to get there quite fast.
Yeah, as we go to the barrels, we slow things down. We take a look at the top mid there, 169 to 161. Very, very close. More streaks coming in. Denial, they have the lead. Denial have the streaks, and they have just popped the Tempest as well. This is looking good for the French squad here, going up toe-to-toe with Gen.G. And I tell you what, the improvements these guys have made impress me time and time again. Breezy finds one, Natshe finds another as well. Time is ticking, and it's going all in favor of Denial. And they've got streaks to play with. The next hard point, that's going to be punishing for Gen.G.
Here we go, 30 seconds left. Risk ready to go with the specialist. We saw Vision Pulse, and we saw the Tempest come out here on the wine barrels in the second set. Breezy making it look easy on the flank. Still has his lightning strike to work with that he earned very early on in the matchup. Again, the deep spread for everyone now on Gen.G, looking to try to catch any of these players on the play. Major Maniac's going to be up first. Breezy cuts him down, and now he's going to make the play happen. 2:15 and climbing. The next hard point is going to be absolutely stellar. Now you can see the players. Everyone actually on Gen.G now holding up on point. One of them spawned out. Number 8, Breezy's cut him down again, so Major Maniac back on spawn. Here comes the hard point. This could be a moment of greatness for Denial if they can charge through. They've got streaks and specialists to work with. Can they get it done?
Sorg is going to prevail there. Risking once again. Now he's got the cluster. Utilizing the equipment is very, very important here. So far, so good for Denial. They're actually on the point as well. Crazy enough. We see Morks find the double, but this is the streaks. Another team kill. My goodness, that's going to be 4 or 5 now for the whole squad. But Gen.G, they're in control. They have the point. Breezy finds a nice double and will break in just like that. The hit fire. My goodness. War Machine coming through. We do see a team kill on the side of the boys of Denial, but with only 18 points they need, time is ticking, they can win it here.
Here we go, Nagafen's trying to finish this one out with the Tempest. 2:37 now as they're on point. Breezy finds 3 and a teammate there. He is going to buy the time they need to get on point. That's cleaned this entirety of the site out. They can win it almost there. That was it. Major Maniac managing to get in there, get that kill, and now force another rotation. But Denial with a fantastic hold there with a wonderful bed to sleep in. Is it going to be a cool nap, or is it going to be a nightmare now for Denial's Gen.G? They look like they've got a bit of control. Nagafen's trying to get in. The slam's ready to go for Breezy, and he makes it look once again super easy peasy lemon squeezy breezy as he closes that one out. And you know what, friends? I think that's going to be all she wrote. The first map is going to go to Denial.
My goodness, that's not the way that a lot of people thought this series would start. However, typical Gen.G. losing map number 1, something that he got very familiar with in the first the first half of the Pro League. However, it's not really changing here. Denial, though, a great performance, great utilization of the specialists, and for me, they team killed just once, whereas Gen.G was probably about 5 or 6 times.
It was actually 5 times. I can't believe that this is another Gen.G we're seeing lose the first series of a Pro League matchup, and are they going to get a reverse sweep out of this? I don't know, man. It's a different squad. This is an entirely different lineup. We saw them drop Search and Destroys in Fort Worth. You know, they've changed dramatically since getting rid of Spacely, and, you know, nothing can be said about, you know, the quality of the caliber of players. All of them are brilliant, but the lineup has changed, man. I mean, the chemical mixture of this entire lineup is different now, and I don't know if they're going to be able to pull off the same kind of miraculous 3, you know, sweep comebacks that we saw in the first half of the Pro League.
Well, we talked about, obviously, the new edition, if you still call them that, of course, Envoy 12 and 20, not the best scoreline, but then across the board, you know, no one kind of putting up crazy numbers, bar Havoc, and that was with the addition of that, the Slam, of course. Now, we said, you know, with Envoy coming on, maybe dropping a few more kills, the slaying power goes up a little bit, when Spacely obviously took a seat, if you like, but we didn't see that. We didn't see that on map number 1. We saw some incredible plays coming from Breezy, 31 and 18, and stats don't say everything, but that really does. He was the kind of highlight for Denial, without a shadow of a doubt, and whether he can continue this into Search and Destroy, we'll have to wait. But poor rotations, I think, didn't favor Gen.G there, but Denial fully taking advantage of the Fountain Hill, and they come out on top, and deservedly so.
But there we go, with our first chapter done and dusted here in this series. Let's have a quick word with Jess, who caught up with the players before the match.
Thank you, Miles. Yeah, so first up from Denial, I chatted with Whalers, and he seemed pretty nervous, to be honest. I asked him kind of what the team has been up to since Fort Worth. He said we went back to France, we scrimmed a little bit, but he said, you know, they didn't scrim against very good teams. So, like I said, he seemed a little bit nervous, and he honestly told me, you know, we don't really know what to expect, you know, here in cross-divisional play. Now, over on the side of Gen.G, caught up with their coach, Joey Nubsy, and, you know, he said obviously they've just been practicing a lot since Fort Worth. He spoke a little bit about what the casters were saying about bringing on Envoy into the team. You know, of course, he said we were disappointed by what happened at Fort Worth, but bringing Envoy on was kind of a long-term strategy. You know, we knew it wasn't going to necessarily improve us that much in the short term, but here at Pro League, this is what we really did that for, and we're kind of here to prove that. And he also added that they're not taking any teams lightly, especially not Denial, even though Gen.G was able to 3-0 Denial in Fort Worth. He said, you know, despite that, we're not taking them lightly. We take each match as its own match. So we'll see how the rest of the series goes, though. Miles, Momo, back over to you guys.
Many thanks, Jess. Many thanks. We're going to Search and Destroy now. Again, a staple of Gen.G's diet was not dropping anything when it came to the Search and Destroys. I think they dropped 3 or 2 back-to-back in Fort Worth. Not what you wanted to see from them. I think both of them were actually against Luminosity, so that was very exciting to see. Nonetheless, will they be able to deliver the goods here? Pro League, though, all different. Interesting here, Denial went back to France. Obviously, they had a bit of home time, bit of family time. Maybe that helped recharge them. May not have been the best practice they could have got, but again, changing the mindset, getting a bit of that cool French countryside, maybe a bit of Parisian air in the lungs. Maybe that helped out. Bit of wine, bit of cheese, changes anybody.
I tell you what, if they were excited to go home as much as I am, obviously London just around the corner, it does kind of refresh you. You know, you kind of maybe have a little time with family, come back, new energy, like you said, and it's definitely showing right here. Or is it just the typical Gen.G, throwing away map number 1? Of course, Joey, you saw stepping in there. Jess had a chat with him, and a lot of strategy comes from Joey and the boys of Gen.G. And I said last time, obviously, Spacely, you know, when they dropped him, and you know, he was kind of the brains, if you like, of the operation. And Joey was very much not against that, but he was like, listen, you know, it's not a one-person, you know, brain. You know, we're here, we work together, we go over strats. He was kind of saying there's way much more, there's a lot more than that, and I fully respect that. It's interesting how the team has changed, but also not drastically improved or got weaker, if you like, with the addition of Envoy. But highlighted there by what Jess said as well. It's not a short-term fix. This is a long-term investment, if you like, with Envoy, and Gen.G are going into the S&D game mode, which we all know that they're very favoured on, even though they did have a couple of losses at Fort Worth. Still incredible record.
Search and Destroy, the game mode that essentially got Denial here into the Pro League. And now we go at it again into Arsenal. Long-term, though. Got to play the long game for both these teams, you know. Earlier on in the Pro League, we saw there was a lot of questions around Denial and as a roster. You know, should they be sticking around? Is there a change that needs to be made there in terms of the players? And of course, that long game is being played, and you can see so far it seems to be working out for Denial. Turnaround performances there in Fort Worth, and now they're 1-0 up against Gen.G, a team that you would honestly on any other day favour to take the series. So a win here in the Search would be absolutely ideal for Denial fans. I know they're out there, the Wolfpack is howling at any given time on social media. Now we go into the Search round 1. Snipes up Managa fan, not able to find the tip of the top of Whaler's Head.
It certainly does. You talk about social media and kind of predictions going into this. All I saw was Gen.G predictions, you know, across the board from everyone. You know, I'm sure there's some Denial fans out there, but you know, it's a very common trend, and Nagafan trying to find a little bit of an angle. Jumping up, not going to find anyone here, but Havoc does take some damage, looking for the first blood. Denial trying to strike first. Nagafen watching that pre-aim. Got number 1 there watching the back. Envoy, of course, watching the flank, and the first blood goes to Havoc.
Havoc managed to get that first kill, and again Zeke just creeping forward. Havoc, if he's not careful, he's going to find something, and Peekaboo risking comes out of nowhere to tag him up, but the quick clean kill comes through. As Havoc finds 1, can't get it done on the second, but again the numbers are going the way of Gen.G. 4v2 right now. Natshay trying to get it done with Breezy. We saw that Sorg of Breezy do wonderful work in the first map. Trying to find the entry kills now as Natshay's bought himself a little bit of space and he can't get it done as Nagafin up over the top. Cleans one up, and Morks getting it closed out there with that thermal ICR. Again, very, very slow first round for both teams. Neither really willing to give up any ground at all. Playing this one very, very sensibly. Excited to see where the rest of the series goes.
Just seemed quite comfortable for Gen.G that round. You know, they got the first blood and then they worked the numbers very well. Havoc, I think, a little bit lucky to still be alive when he was bobbing and weaving by the bomb site here, but Denial will lose the first round, and
interesting little fact. I think Benson jumped onto League Play this morning, came up against Zeke. He was like, bro, you need some better teammates there. Zeke didn't have the best of the starts to the day. I think he lost to Ben in League Play, but he's now going up against Gen.G. A little bit different competition, different teammates and such, but another 60 seconds left in the round here. 5v5, same bomb site, and Havoc with first blood again.
Back-to-back first bloods for Havoc. Envoy cleaning up Natche, and this is a much stronger start. Oh, wow. Nagafen takes a snipe right to the chest, stands up. Major Maniac can't close out that one as the RK7 comes in from Envoy. And another round goes away with Gen.G. A little bit more dominant, a little bit more aggressive. Again, they managed not to let the trades come through. Unable to let those trades come through for Dinar. They were completely stopped there in that round. Bit of bad luck, possibly. I think it was Breezy. Managed to hit that snipe there onto Nagafen. Just obviously a little bit too low. You got to aim chest up to get that single hit kill with the pally.
Nice little RK7 shot there to end the round. Of course, weak already by the snipes. And another comfortable round. Again, the trades, you're always going to lose players by all means. Gen.G, they seem comfortable once more. Now we're going to see a bit of a different strategy. It looks like maybe a B hit. We've got one going to the B-bomb site. Sorry, an A hit, should I say. Envoy's going to be watching that flank once again. He's suddenly solidifying his role in the Search and Destroy. And he's seeing people jump around. And now we're going to get a big hit onto the A site. Natche already taking damage. Nagafen's going to be the one to put that through, but two jumping around. Surely that's going to be a first blood. And hello, Havoc. It's 3 in a row.
Once again, 3 back-to-back. It's a hat-trick in terms of first bloods. 5-3 right now. Again, Dinar unable to find anything here on Arsenal in the first 3 rounds. Bomb's gone down from Nagafen. Changes the state of the match. Now you have to retake the site. The 2 members now just being funneled in there through lobby. Breezy's actually going to get a kill. That's great work there. Just to open it up, soften the numbers if the best they can. Major Maniac, once again, just has to hold the line. Whaler's in from behind, can't get it done. Major Maniac, perfect turn. Great awareness. He's still watching that door and still helping out teammates. Brilliant stuff from him. Continuing this fantastic run. I believe that was 3 in the end for Major Maniac, possibly 2. And that was a very comfortable round.
Comfortable is what I labeled round 1 and 2, and 3 wasn't any different. Havoc opened it up. It wasn't just Havoc, by the way, obviously pushing forward onto that A site. You kind of saw they put damage into the players by lobby, which is where Major Maniac is here on best play. And then as soon as they put that damage, they presumed they'd run back to the lobby. They did. They jumped round, took down the player on the stairs, and they had pretty much the whole bomb site to play with here. So Denial need to think about something.
Great way to just watch the way that Major Maniac plays that one. And he's one role, and the role is to watch that doorway to lobby. Still managed to find ways to help his teammates across the other side of the courtyard. And now in the 4th round, it's a solid-looking A hit. 3 members of Gen.G, however, made their way towards B, so that's potential now for a devastating flank. There's not enough members of Denial watching the rear guard now, so Morks, thermal sight, trying to make his way forward. Major Maniac by the stairs now, again, looking for a little bit of a peek. With that bomb down again, it does change the way this round looks. We do have to see Gen.G try to retake, but with even numbers, here comes that devastating flank, and Envoy's going to get it started.
And that's a big kill, because now everyone knows Envoy is behind. They've got to give that attention. That's going to be a team shot, but it doesn't matter here. At a 3v2, the bob, the weave, and I tell you what, Havoc, with that slam, he could end things right now. One in the vent as well.
Checked it. He checked it. Lightning strike. And that's it. The diffuser's going to come through. There's no way he can stop this one. And Havoc, oh, of all the people to get the kills, full streaks, still has his slam going into the next rounds. And that's the 4th back-to-back now for Gen.G.
Yeah, Havoc doesn't find the first kill, but he finds the last 2. And again, nice performance here. I don't think Havoc's actually died. Still on these streaks. Incredible stuff so far. Breezy picks up a nice little... Was that a triple there? Whether his teammate helped out, I'm not too sure, but beautifully done there by Breezy. Not going to be enough, though. Gen.G, their Search and Destroy suddenly looks solid once more.
Yeah, it's tough. When you've got Gen.G retaking sites like that, you have to make sure you at least get 1 kill, maybe. Because they managed to retake the site perfectly with 5 men. They had 3 hit the back. I think in the end, 2 players only hit to the back end. It was like 1 guy going through vents at a time, and you've got 2 guys holding the site down the best they can. That was Nagafen once again with the snipe. Obviously, that's a presence that has to be dealt with. And super aggressive start for Breezy, and he just gets thrown to the wind there. That one was toast. Major Maniac getting kills in middle, and this is a bad round for Denial. 5th is not looking good for them. Oh, every read. Oh, Natche just a little too hot on the trigger there. Envoy can't get it done with the RK7. But holding down the site admirably, as the bomb's going to be going down at A. Natche's in a tough spot. The vents have not been too kind to Denial now. Are they going to get some recompense here? Halfway towards that Tempest. And again, the specialists are not really working out for Denial either.
Another kill comes in. Natche does find that one. Levels it up 3-3, and that's going to be Havoc investing that slam. Does connect, and that's going to be the end of this round, with the last one being Whalers. You can see on the map he's getting pinched by every single player. And I tell you what, it's convincing, and it's dominating here by Gen.G. The trades are very, very clean. And I think, except for Breezy, I think the boys have, together as a squad, got like 4 kills, I think Breezy's currently sat on 6 maybe for the squad, but it's simply not good enough right now. Again, Gen.G, though, showing why they are so good at S&D.
Yeah, I mean, and this map as well, they're running this one perfectly. They're making the right reads at any given time, and they're forcing plays out of Denial that I think Denial really want to be making. So, it's potentially the final round, friends. 1:20 left on the clock. Morks has yet to put away that thermal ICR. And it's an aggressive defensive hold, actually. They're trying to make their way up forward towards that B site. 2 players made towards A for Denial if they can just get a kill out of this. First blood now goes the way of Denial. Have the tables turned.
First blood is a great start for the boys here. They are 5-0 down, but 1 round at a time. Havoc's called in the Hellstorm. It's going to connect with Breezy and Whalers. Natche, Zeke, and RizKing looking for the first round. RizKing's actually looking for his first kill of the game right now. Currently sat 0-5. You hate to see that. Natche does find another, so now a 3v3 all tied up. A lightning strike is available for Havoc. Oh my goodness, what was the timing on that?
Oh no.
Oh,
RizKing, turn around! Turn around! Every now and then he gets a little bit lonely and he gets shot in the back. Havoc now, he can call on a lightning strike, he can clean this one up. Hold on to your butts. Natche's still good though. Havoc. Can he get another? Oh my! Let's go indeed. 13 kills in a row. The ace for Havoc.
15-1. Says a lot. A 6-0 says a lot. But RizKing with a 0-6 also says a lot here. Strong performance coming in from Gen.G, and credit to Havoc. My goodness, what a search and destroy that was.
Woo! I got tingles in places there might not have been tingles before, but that's it. Gen.G get the search. Denial come out swinging in the hard point. They managed to close that one up comfortably, but there we go. Quick turn of events sees the series tied up 1-1. Coming up next, friends, Control. Denial versus Gen.G. Is it an easy closed out series, or are we going to see a dirty upset city? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Call of Duty World League. We'll see you after the break.
The Call of Duty World League is presented by PlayStation 4, the official platform of the CWL. Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the CWL. And Republic of Gamers, the official monitor of the CWL.
Game Fuel. Level up the game.
Welcome back to the Call of Duty World League. Horses in the back. Denial versus Gen.G. Tied up 1-1. We go another control. That was one for the country and western fans out there. And now one for the COD fans. A 6-0 search and destroy performance from Gen.G. Havoc, 13 kills in a row, 15-1 in the end. And boy howdy, did he get himself an ace in the last round as well. I mean, what more do you want, COD fans?
What more do you want? Wow. Aggressive stuff from Miles.
Sorry.
I apologize on behalf of the aggressive Australian next to me, but jumping into the control here, it is all tied up. And Denial, by all means, they look strong in the respawn. The S&D, not gonna lie, they kind of got bodied. But the respawn, they look good. Can they replicate the performance, push this to game 4? We'll have to wait and see as we restart the game, and we'll be jumping back into it ASAP. But Havoc, that search and destroy, must be feeling himself after that one. The confidence is flowing, all feeling good.
It's hard not to be feeling yourself after that one. I mean, I'm feeling myself after a good 2-piece. What happens when you kill the entire team in a round of search? I don't know what that even feels like. I've never done that. Have you ever done that? Yeah.
Of course.
What?
Of course.
Don't know about that. There's someone out there who knows. JP, call up the stats. Denial. Obviously hurting after the last one, but nonetheless, a team that's been around the block a few times. They've had losses, they've had wins. They'll bounce back. Control now. Time to shine again. Man, that last one was rough though. Frequency. Start anew. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, and now the series layout for this series. Again, the Friends 6-0. We weren't kidding, it was a mean one. Hacienda Hardpoint. We will be seeing. Whose is it to take? We have to go to a search and destroy. Obviously, that is not what Denial want, but if the respawns are anything to go by, then we may not need to see it. Let's see how we go.
I think we might be ending this on map number 4. However, I think it might be a classical Gen.G series. Lose map 1, win 2, 3, and 4. The game has restarted. We're jumping on it at 30 lives. 2 teams, Gen.G and Denial, going head-to-head, and straight away, it looks like we have a bit of a split push coming in from both offense and defense. First kill will goes to Riz King. And the second will go to Zeke.
Yeah, the French are going to start this one off with a bang. Oh, and they ain't stopping. There's yet to go down. Envoy surging through middle, but again, the gunfire is there. Riz King now holding the other side of the mid. Oh, quick in and out. Whalers has got his back. No deaths yet. Oh, there you go, for the French. The first man drops, Snargafen finds 2, but Whalers again, as the caps towards A is finished. B now is all that stands here in this first round before Denial can call this one over. It's an aggressive play. All 5 members of Gen.G stacked down the back, but what a nade that was. Major Maniac, I think he just dealt 1,000 damage with a nade alone. He almost killed everyone there.
1,000 damage, that means absolutely nothing, Miles, because that round is over. When I said 2, 3, and 4, I meant potentially 3. That was one of the most dominating control games, or round, should I say, we've seen in a long time. They just got bodied.
That was a straight bodying.
First 5-5, I think it was a 5-1 split, and from there on out, it was just, they were fighting a losing battle. Denial dealt with them with ease, kind of like the Search and Destroy, but on the other side of the table here. Risk, Breezy, Zeke, Natshade, Whalers. If some of you guys at home are wondering why we call Riz King, or Risk King, that's just what he goes by.
That's his name. Your name's
learned that recently.
Yeah.
Did not know.
Oh, it's Reedy. Thanks, mate. Sent me a DM. Here we go. Can Gen.G find anything now on the offense? And it looks like it's actually working out. They've invested everyone in towards A, though. B is as of yet untouched. First tick finished. Wow, it's fast. When you got 5 bodies there on the point. No one really in a position to make this one happen. Can't stop it. A's gone. Riz King didn't have a nade, so can't get that indirect attack involved. And now the lives are going the way of Gen.G. Can they rotate over to B and have similar success?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Let's jump into an Astro game and listening with Gen.G.
Stack. Getting outer. Peeking top mid again. Look at outer. C-shot outer mid. Yeah.
Top mid.
Top mid dead. Outer.
Inner weak.
They have to go under. They have to go under, guys.
Grapple.
Outer.
Absolute.
Got mid.
I have streaks.
I'm getting close. Stay outer if they're middle.
I think that side. I didn't see anything that side.
Inner dead.
I got streaks.
Her. One shot. No.
Alright, just get her side. I have streaks. I have a lightning.
Watch in there, watch in there, watch in there.
On point.
Yeah, get my inner.
Yeah, nothing top mid. I'm
Pushing, coming in there with you. I'm coming in there.
Outer. One mid.
Okay.
I'm grappling over.
Mid
No, he's
dead.
close, close, close.
Inner.
One, another one mid, guys. Top mid. Whalers. He's jumping down.
200.
We're weak, we're weak.
Hold, guys. Hold. Wait for
Trophy under.
I can lightning. I'm gonna ping it. Back up.
We don't need to.
Here we go. Back into it. As close as they could have possibly come to ending the round. Havoc's in up over the top, gets it done from up high, gets Whalers as well. That was a big play. 2 kills back to back on point. Almost cleans up a teammate there, man. Havoc is seeing things that I have only dreamt of in terms of playing Call of Duty, and there it is. The cap is done. An incredible offensive round from both squads. One slightly more impressive than the other.
Slightly. Only slightly. I will say Gen.G nearly did the exact same back to them. However, one kill kind of stopped that slither ticking on over. But a very dominating round nonetheless. And we did see, of course, Havoc ending it nice, flashy there at the end. All tied up, though, 1-1 in the series, 1-1 in the map as well. What are you feeling when you've seen these two teams, obviously Gen.G and Denial going head-to-head? You've seen two, dominating rounds now. Who's coming out on top, Miles?
I think the biggest difference we have here is the streaks to be found again from Gen.G. The very fact that they've got 3 to work with, it just makes it so much more interesting. Again, you can get hit by lightning strikes towards A. Oh, risking big nades. Gets a kill, gets himself, manages to get Major Maniac, manages to get the pressure off the point. I think that's the difference we've got here. And on the defensive round as well, we are going to be able to see Gen.G pull those out and try and turn the tides. Because as we've seen already, their offensive rounds are both sort of blind. So something's got to give. We'll see if it's going to give here, but Envoy and Havoc, they're doing a great job on point. Zeke, though, answering back, still alive somehow. Havoc's going to flush the point. No, he can't do it. There you go. Flushes it clean. Drains the second tick at A.
Wow, Havoc is shredding. He just defended A all on his own there for a second. Nagafen's letting it rain now. That's going to be double onto Zeke and Breezy. Natshe outside will fall. Whalers will join the club. And hello, Spawn Trap. This is where it gets dangerous, because the offense sometimes you can have that kind of advantage where you can stack a zone, whether you all go A and just simply outnumber them. Right now, though, Gen.G, they're sitting comfortable. They're looking for the first of the break, but Riz King does find one. Havoc stunned. Still on a tear right now. Not going to find the second, though, as Riz King does. But shot in the back. Major Maniac. 1, 2. Can he find the third? His teammate does, but he will finally go down. Slam.
No need, mate. Havoc's cleaning up. Once again, 14 and 6. Incredible work from him. There's the 15. And I've got a bad feeling he's going to keep coming. Denial have got a lot to do here with 11 lives left. Streaks have made B just a death trap. They cannot hit B.
Time 2, Miles. 25 seconds.
This is what they needed. They needed to make something happen on the defense, and Gen.G are getting it done. Havoc again.
Doesn't need the slam with 15 seconds. It's a 15-6 game. And it's going to be very, very difficult for Denial. They'd have to pretty much play perfectly without losing a life. And as you see, right before your eyes, all 4 fall. And the last 2 will be in spawn. Natshe will eat dust. And that's going to be another round to the good for Gen.G. They look very good on attack. However, can they replicate that performance? Shove this to a game number 4 and end it on Hacienda. Hardpoint. Is it another Gen.G series that we all know and kind of love, I guess? Where you lose the first and win the second, third, and fourth.
Some of us like that sort of predictable nature of things.
But it's like how? Because you always lose a hard point and you always win a hard. It just doesn't. If you can win 4, why can't you win 1?
I think it was Nagafen who said that typically what happens is their communications start off quite slow. And it's not that they're not taking the matches seriously, but they're not just... There's a synergy, there's a rhythm that they get into once the matches start, and I think it's like Search is the one they need to do. So I don't know, maybe they need to warm up on a Search and Destroy game instead of,
maybe they just feel themselves after 6-0 in a team. Maybe that's it.
That'll do it. I mean, that'll do it for anyone. Havoc tests the waters. How? How? He tests the waters, he doesn't need to use his slam, and then he gets that.
He misses his... The interesting thing about that, he's not really highlighting how amazing he was there. How did he not die? He missed shots, he melee'd, he missed, and then he just gets a kill like that. Slam's still available. That's the crazy thing. 26-29, there was lives will start to fall. Who's going to come out on top, though? Gen.G looking to end it here in 4 rounds, and they'll be looking to do the same in 4 maps as well. Look at the specialist, Miles, though. Across the board, you've got a War Machine, the Slam, Risk, of course, very, very close to his War Machine as well, but as people going around, there's 2 slams either side. Nagafen with the Tempest as well. Mort's closing in on that Vision Pulse. But I'm looking at streaks. 2 lightning strikes to play with 2.
Yeah, that again. It just turns B into an open field. They can use that lightning strike right now to clean out the field. Nagafen could get it done. Slam for Breezy out of nowhere! Out of nowhere to clean those up. Slows down the push, and look at the way they're hitting this now. They're hitting the spawns as hard as they possibly can. If they get trades, this is great. Risking, gets 2. This is big because they still have to worry about streaks. They still have to worry about specialists, and Denial need to buy every single possible advantage they can and not get caught in these static positions. They can stay still for a second, you're toast.
Yeah, number 7 Envoy was in a really good position there just to kind of break up the play, if you like, the tempo, but he does go down. Big kill for Denial, and right now they're feeling themselves 17-15, and rightly so. A team kill comes in, Morgs finds 1, and how heavy can they hit this B site? They have got streaks. They can let it rain on with the lightning strikes, and that's a big kill coming up on Natshe, who's obviously hitting that flank. Grab slam potential here. This has got to be a grab slam potential, you'd like to think. Everyone's going to be clustering up there. He has the grapple. Here it is. Will go in, hasn't seen anyone, so he's going to keep it in the back pocket for now. One player going down, that's going to be a trophy. Doesn't need the slam, has the weapon in hand, and we know how good he's been, of course. Good night trophy, I'm firing the War Machine. Major Maniac still going strong, and with lives dwindling. 12-9, 60 seconds, looking good for Gen.G.
Yeah, Major Maniac, and we saw Havoc holding the front line in the back end. The points going down. The second tick almost finished. The Vision Pulse coming out again. Morgs doing what he can from the back, providing the intel. Havoc goes for it, finds nothing, but that's fine. The time's being purchased now, well and truly, but Tempest is out. Natshe trying to slow down the ticks. Can't get it done. They need to get on point as fast as they can. The team shots are through. There's a contest. Breezy, he's tagged. The contest is still there, though. Is anyone on point to stop it from happening? They're still on the point. They're still contesting. Denial, you're playing for the series at this point. Morks has almost got streaks, just in case we have to push it to another round, and that seems to be it. Oh, it's not over yet! The contest! There's 2 lives left!
Take him down, please! There we go, and victory will come in, Gen.G. Oh, you like to keep us on the edge, I tell you that. I'm at Wim coming in from Gen.G. We'll put it now at 2-1. So many streaks that weren't used, they just couldn't use them. When they got streaks, they died, there was no respawn, and I tell you what, if it did go to another round, Miles, there was so much to play with for Gen.G. However, a very, very strong control here. We saw a good round 1 from Denial, but after that, it kind of just spiraled out of control, and now we find ourselves going into map 4. The series seems to be just flying here, but the Hardpoint coming up next. Denial, they need to push this for obvious reasons. They lose the series, and of course, you're trying to get that extra match bonus. Denial, they're in a tough spot.
Can they even win the search after we saw the 6-0? Is that even possible? I mean,
you're not thinking about that right now.
Yeah, we're definitely thinking about that. But at the same time, I'm thinking about it. I don't think about it, friends. Here we go. Quick replay of some of the Havoc show. Final few moments of this control matchup. Again, the very first round was a masterclass from Denial on how to attack both points at the same time and basically get them. Nonetheless, though, Gen.G played the aggression fantastically. Wonderful to and fro between both teams. We saw incredible stuff out of Denial when they managed to push the advantage and try to turn the tides. And the same for Gen.G. Again, look at the positioning of everyone here on Gen.G, trying to get off spawn. Havoc just buying time for his team. Incredible stuff.
Certainly was. A bit of an odd slam. I actually wondered why Havoc kind of backed off there. He could have kind of hugged the wall, slammed it down, but, you know, he's the pro player, and that's the reason why. But he comes out on top. Nagafen does connect with 1 with the Tempest coming in here. And that really seals the deal, because it's the life count at this point. You see 4 lives for Denial, no respawning. If you go down for Gen.G, you're right back in it at this point. So 6-3, but they do contest for a very long time. And at this point, it is only just 1 player just being a nuisance. Risk down low there. I don't even know where this player was, but it was so back and fro. And Zeke goes down, and that's the end, because up top, you're not contesting anymore.
That's unfortunate, because with Zeke on the point, Zeke's running the Maddox, and it was risking on top lat. He was trying to get it done with a Sorg from above. If they had just switched positions by, you know, it's basically whoever came out of spawn first or who managed to get on the point quicker, because they're frantically trying to contest. If that had just been the other way around, that could have been very, very different. If you've got risking on point, sliding and hip firing at 3 guys who are basically like shoulder to shoulder, there's more damage being done, and then the guy up top can clean him up potentially with that Maddox. It would have been a very, very different scenario, because in the end, 5-2. Anything could have happened there in his final moments. Now it's a real uphill battle for Denial, where they certainly had a chance to take it on control. Now it looks like an almost impossible task. Either way, friends, it's a double dosage of Hacienda. We go now into our final hard point of the series. You know the deal, mates. Gen.G, 1 more map's all they need. Denial, if they can win it here, they force that game 5. And we all get to be a little more excited. Maybe another highlight reel for Havoc.
Plenty of games to go. Of course, this is game 1 if you're just tuning in here. But Gen.G looking to close this out in 4. Will say, Havoc, for me, MVP of the series so far, without a doubt. The Search and Destroy performance alone kind of pushes that forward, but very good on control as well. Now, Hardpoint, how does Denial bounce back? What are we seeing? Well, straight away we're seeing a Thermal winning the ICR, and a strong start for the French squad. And that is how they started map number 1.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have open side corridor control now for the boys of Denial for the time being. But it looks like immediately Gen.G contesting that one, pushing it straight back. Major Maniac finding 2. Early control is gone as Havoc's now getting involved. The time's going to start ticking the way of Denial. However, Gen.G frantically trying to get back on point. Top shots out of Breezy there, as well as going to clean it up with the ICR in the back end. Great bit of to and fro, great corridor work here to maintain that top control for everyone now on Denial. Not really profitable. They are going to have to give up the last of the time, and Nagafen's going to be in there on Lambo, ready to rock and roll.
Not for long.
Wow.
Stripped of his title. The car keys were taken away from him on that one. And now he's in the hands of Denial. That was incredible. And just look where they actually spawned there, down by the fences. Very tough here, but perfect rotation, if you like, from Denial. I won't say rotation, wrong word. Perfect break on rotation, should I say. But don't rule out Gen.G to snap back into this one as they fight from behind. Major Maniac finds one, Envoy with another as well. Riz King does find one, but shut down by Major Maniac. 2 jumping up from the water as well. You've got to watch that side. And luckily for Gen.G, Major Maniac has his squad to watch his back, and now with 35 seconds, still a lot to play for.
Yeah, still trying to snuff these final members out. He's gone fishing, looking for those sneaky little snappers in the water as they look to pop up. 25 seconds remain now. Nagafen gets spotted, but none of this helps. The rotate's gone early for Denial as they make their way towards fences. You can see 1, 2, and 3 all set up in position for that one. Morks just trying to find anyone else there. Top control still in the hands of Major Maniac. They can cut straight through the top end of the house now to get across the map. And that means they can attack from top plat. Envoy, the deep, slow, steady rotate around the back. Hoping to find something, hoping to just lock this one down for his team as Major Maniac leads the charge through the back end as well.
There we have it. They do rotate early, and they do make the kills. Nicely done here. Whalers finds the double, the ICR. Very, very strong on this actual hill itself. Obviously, with the fences kind of guarding you, the space between you, you can pick up some nice kills, but a double comes in for Gen.G. That's going to be triple, make it 4, and just 1 player alive. And he's going to be shut down, and Envoy does find a double. A very versatile player. Just talking about Envoy for a little minute here, you know, kind of broke into the scene, so strong in kind of his individual performance, finds himself on that midnight roster. But out of everyone, I feel like he kind of came out on top. Joining this squad was so strong for him, and I really do feel like he is the kind of guy who, you know, can push forward, can progress at a very, very fast pace. Some people take years and, you know, near on decades to get to the top and sprung to life. And right now he's on a 5-kill streak. He's still going. And he's having fun on the main stage right now. A great player and a pleasure to watch. But back into the action here. Gen.G lead by 60.
About to crack that 100-point mark as we see Envoy picking up the quick kill on an Ashe, and with that, getting the time. 100 away now from Streaks, gets it. 1 more kill's gonna net. Whoop. Honestly thought he had that. 1 more would have netted him the Hellstorm, but now 1 will do for now. Streaks incredibly influential here on Hacienda. Incredibly useful to be found on almost all the hard points. Nagafen from behind, no one was watching the back. Riz King's going to answer back quickly, but again, the numbers, the trades are going the way of Gen.G. Time now going the way of Denial for the first time we've seen in a bit, but is it going to be enough to hold on here at Rock? Is it going to be enough? Natche and Zeke trying to find kills in the back as well. Whalers, next line of defense. Great bit of work from Envoy to just jump up there, and now 20 seconds left. This has been a solid, but a very, very slow push from everyone on Gen.G. They may be winning the kills, but the clock is still going the way of Denial, and they're holding on as best they can. It's looking okay. Can Morks close it out? 10 seconds now to the good, and they need to get that top control.
Yeah, I said a 60-point lead, and look at that. Just down to 15 after this hill. Well, we're back to the middle. And Denial actually started really, really strong in the middle. They didn't get too much time from it. They obviously had a little bit of Lambo, but besides the point here, after the first rotation, only 10 points separate the squads. And this is kind of similar to map number 1, Miles. We saw a very, very close game up until Denial, I think, held it at Barrels on Seaside, of course. We'll have to wait and see which team gets a full 60 first of all. A strong hold there for Denial on the rock, but sliding around. Zeke's going to try and find 1 Morks. Doesn't miss many shots, that man. Heavy Slayer in his own right. Gen.G now break that triple-digit mark.
Here we go. Again, battling for that top control. Final 30 seconds, Gen.G will be getting it, but again, tight scoreline. You called it, mate. We're waiting for that wine barrel Denial moment. Bit of claret. Not port, comes from Portugal. Ooh. Whalers, it does it. I don't even know what I just said. I'm not even sure. Someone tell me where port comes from. Thank you. Breezy. Slam at the ready. Spotted Morgs. Doesn't have anyone to help him in this position, though. And right behind him, Nagafen. Oh my god. I had no idea if he had that kill. Nades are through. The aggression. He just wasn't able to get the damage done enough in the back to buy enough time for the players to make their way forward. And now they're having to split the push. Number one, that's going to be Zeke right out in the water. The rest of them are making their way through Rock. Breezy, though, he's making his way in through the middle of the house alone. Can he get both these kills? He needs to open the lane, so he needs to let Zeke get in there on point now. And he's through. The timing's up. Breezy finds two. And now Zeke can make his way onto the point from water. Now he gets dropped as well. So this has been a really awkward push from Donal, but are they able to make something of this one? They've killed enough, but not enough.
This slam could be big. There's a couple of players jumping in, but he can't really utilize it when stunned like that. There is only 25 seconds, so that is a very, very strong hold. I talked about how this was, you know, just maybe a 10-point game. Gen.G do take the lead here. They're going to obviously have the specialists as well to play with. That coming in from Havoc and Nagafen. But on the flip side of things, Natshe does have his, as does Risk. We saw the War Machine already invested. Havoc. Oh my goodness, that's not what you want to see. No chain does come in, doesn't even need it here, as Natshe does find one. Will be taken down, or will not, as he quickly stim shots the player.
Wow.
Player being himself finds the double. That's going to be the chain as well. And Lightning Strike, here we come.
Envoy was just punished for being a good teammate. Morks takes that dart in the mouth. He's not done, though. He's not dead. Pressure mounting now, 40 seconds. They're on the point. There's the contest. Here come the remainder of Donal. The reinforcements are here. Is it too late, though? As Havoc's starting to get kills. They're hitting the flank up over the top. Havoc, he does manage to just get that one out. He hit the top of the fence, I believe, to get that kill. Breezy's still trying to hold the line, but it is a bloodbath here at fences, back and forth. It's hard to retain on top. And the contest once again. Gen.G have stopped Donal getting many points out of this one with these blistering contests. Can they get any more kills out of this one? And the rotate's having to go down. You see number one way early into this one. I think Donal have had to give this one up.
Yeah, but they did really well at Rock last time. You know, we saw them take a strong 40 points from it. And they're looking to do the same. They were down by, what, 60 points last time? And this time, a little less, of course, currently set at 40. With 60 seconds left on this one, they can really kind of run this one home. Maybe take the lead if they continue to hold. But they're coming up against, of course, Gen.G, who are looking to break through. That's going to be the first. The Sorgs are prevailing. That's going to be a triple now as we do see Denial fall. And Gen.G, they have full control. Look at the minimap here. They're going to be trying contesting from the little hallway in the middle. Lightning Strike could save the day.
Natshe doesn't find anything with it, but he's forced him inside, sadly, risking he's going to get cut down on the outside as well. Breezy can't get the kills, and Denial has just fallen apart. That's been rough. Natshe trying to find the kills on the outside. Nagafen's trap is set. 20 seconds. We're still ticking towards Gen.G. They have not been able to get on the point. Whew. Finally gets the kills. Major Maniac now striving his way into the heart of Denial, and he can't cut out that third member's risking. He's desperately trying to fight back. Final 10. This has been a great hold here at Rock for Gen.G. Denial have just dropped off, and again, it came off to the back of the streaks. Not able to get anything done out of that one. Can they find something here on our next set of rotations? This match is far from over. But at the rate Gen.G are getting this one done, I mean, they're lining up to win it.
Nice cluster there coming in. Will connect, won't take him down, but the weak player of Natshe will actually fall. His teammate, 50 off the Lightning Strike. Needs to get the kill. Needs to go big. Will tag one player up. Can he find anything? 21 bullets in the chamber. Major Maniac is testing him. Risk is looking big, however, here it is. The Vision Pulse does come in. Perfect timing, however, down by 50. Trying to secure the streaks. Will find that with the Lightning Strike, trying to find that Hellstorm. No bullets in the chamber now. He's found himself a separate magazine. He's going to slap that bad boy in. He's only going to find the Did he find the Hellstorm there? I do not even know. I think he did. Yes, he did. 158 plays 209. Gen.G with the lead. It's all going down on Lambo.
Possibility for a turnaround. Here it is. Zeke watching the back. Risk kills up front. Havoc, though. Havoc has been the absolute dagger. He's been the kryptonite. Slaying his way right through the lineup. Now he's in the back. Natshe with a hard point. The gunfights towards Rock are going the way now, currently, of Gen.G. Oh, nope, Denial. It's all over. They've won that side of the fight. But can Havoc and Nagafen make something happen here as they push him through? Havoc's going to get two. He's going to clean the point out. Can they answer back with the lightning? Is that going to be enough to flip it back? Over into the hands of Denial as Breezy gets in. It's a quick kill for him as Morks is trying to ring out. But Envoy, the second half of the Sorg pair for Gen.G is he's picking up kills on point now. And once again, it is back and forth. It is messy. It is ugly. And Gordon Ramsay would be furious right now. But there's attack 5 out as Gen.G are looking to close it here.
20 seconds left. They have time to push this to the end. They cannot finish it here. We need to see a strong hold from Denial on fences and a strong rotation to Rock. It's not over. Not over just yet. Risk does have a Hellstorm to play with. Envoy still rocking that TAC 5 boost, 29 and 23. He's got 44 seconds of objective on the hill. But coming from behind, the man himself finds one. Can he find the second? Contest comes in. And that's going to be a double. Nashe, he's going to fall, and this could be the very, very end. Risk just find two with the Hellstorm, 248. They need 2 points, Miles. It's all they need. Is anyone close? Yes, they are. And Gen.G take it just like that. In typical fashion, winning map 2, 3, and 4. Gen.G strike again.
Some things never change. You lose your first, you win the next 3 relatively convincingly. The way of the Gen.G. Still, Denial, an incredibly formidable opponent. We kind of called that one going into this one, and nonetheless, fantastic scorelines just aside from the search. I mean, that control matchup, you would have had to have done something very, very special to beat Gen.G on that game type, and search was an absolute blowout. So, not a whole lot can be said there. Again, Denial fighting tooth and nail to stay in it. But in the end, the Hardpoint got it done. Didn't even need to see the next search. I mean, and the way things were going, you have to give it to Gen.G. You have to. If we had to go to game 5, you have to give it to Gen.G. You have to.
You have to. You would have, literally. But 6-0 in the Search and Destroy, very convincing. Even the second Hardpoint there, I felt like it was close to about 90-90, and then Gen.G kind of took the lead. Strong rotations, good utilization of the specialists. But for me, they weren't team killing each other like they were on map 1. That was the biggest thing. Stop shooting each other, and then you're fine. But no, they started slow once again. And I will say, going up against different people, different opponents, other opponents will punish you. You lose map 1, you give that away. Maybe you're not so lucky in getting 6-0 for the Search and Destroy if you tested. There's some big hitters in this division, by all means, in the cross division, should I say. You can be facing anyone, but a stellar series nonetheless.
Nonetheless, here we go with our PlayStation Instant Reaction with a new kid here on Gen.G. Of course, it is going to be Envoy.
Thank you, Miles. Yeah, so you're new here on Gen.G. What has been the process? What has the process been like transitioning, coming in for Fort Worth, and then here in the Pro League?
We really just been focusing on our respawns. We probably should have focused more on S&D going up to Fort Worth, but we on like little time, obviously. But so we focused more on S&D coming into this weekend, which I think is going to greatly help us.
And that is something your coach Joey talked a little bit about, how much practice you've been putting in. So based on how S&D went on this series, do you think that the problems are solved, or is there anything more to do?
I think on the map we played Arsenal, I think we were looking pretty good on. But otherwise, we're just going to see how the rest of the S&Ds goes this weekend.
All right, and then finally, being the new player here on Gen.G, what do you think that you bring to the team, and how will you really help out for the rest of this cross-divisional play?
I think I bring a lot of slaying and a lot of knowledge of how the game works. So we've been focusing on just playing the game more correct, and it's been improving us.
Sounds like a plan. Well, thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction, and we'll be right back after this quick break.
The Call of Duty World League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, the official beverage of the CWL. Scuff Gaming, the official controller of the CWL. And TCL, America's fastest growing TV brand.
level up the game.
Welcome back to Pro League. You did just see Gen.G return to their typical form, lose that first map, but go on to 3-1 denial. Now, Pac, that performance from Gen.G coming off Fort Worth, what did you think of it?
It was what I expected coming from them. Map 4 was their actual map pick, and then we already know the Gen.G special. They lose that map 1, come through strong after that. Havoc, what 15-1 in game 2, something incredible like that. They bounced back right away. After they lost that map 1, they didn't look too down. It was almost like, we've been here before, and they bounced back and won those next few maps pretty easy.
Now, Nameless, he mentioned that first S&D rather. What went so incredibly right for them? I mean, have we seen a 6-0 before, at least at this point?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a few 6-0s at times. Gen.G's just an incredible search team. Like, that's the search team that we saw in the first, with their last iteration of their team in the first 2 weeks that they were here. And they kind of lost trail of that at Fort Worth. They weren't that great at search and destroy, so you got to think they went back home, they re-went over all their strats and realized, hey, we're nasty at Hardpoint. We were 9-2 in the league, or at Fort Worth in Hardpoint. We were the best team there. If we just fix our search, we're taking all these teams down. So that's kind of what we saw to Gen.G. And right here's something I wanted to highlight from that map number 1. It was 160 to 160. Brezzy had done a good job of slaying out thus far, and him and Zeke decided to pick up some streaks going a little bit on a kill spree here. And then what's really nice is they start to combo these next few hills together, and I like how they use their Pulse and their Tempest here just to alleviate the rest of that pressure. They pick up all this time, and then they use their Lightning Strike, their War Machine, and all that going into that next hill just to secure this game. And where you would see a lot of Seaside sort of go to that last hill, they use their utility flawlessly, and they close out the game. Great gameplay of Denial to beat a team that was 9-2 in Hardpoint.
Study, what went so wrong for Denial?
Oh, well, on the side of Denial, when you started off that first map, you absolutely dominated. That's what, like, second map for me, I was, like, really curious on the side of Gen.G because at Fort Worth, they were 3-5 in S&D. And the way that they won it in the 6-0 fashion, Havoc being 15-1, was obviously demoralizing. If you look across the stage and you pull up the back button, the guy's 15-1 against you, you got to be thinking, like, something's absolutely not going right, and the guy just basically destroyed us.
He does that sometimes.
Yeah.
Even when I team with him, like, obviously, I used to get mad at him all the time, but there were those random search and destroys where he would just pop off, right? Like, and just go crazy, and that's probably just a testament to, like, where his roots. He started as a search player, and he's just so good at being annoying, and when teams give him that lane, he will take advantage of it, and he'll put you out.
Even in the beginning of that control, Denial played like that first round flawlessly. They split push, they sent like 3 people A, but like Delay hit it, sent 2 people at B, and they were able to get 2 ticks on B while they had 3 people at A, and the first round just went so fast. And then everything after that was just completely downhill. Havoc with his SOG, the pressure that he was putting on, you know, Nadshay running their SOG on the opposite side, they weren't really just keeping up with him. Havoc was just putting on a show this entire series.
I think my biggest takeaway from this series is how dominant that search was.
Yeah.
Like Gen.G, they hadn't looked that good at search, and like Denial, they had the #1 first blood percentage at the last event.
Riz King
like,
went 0-6. I think he didn't get a kill.
Yeah, so it's like you're beating a solid search team like that, dominating them. Like if that's the type of improvements we're going to be seeing out of Gen.G, they will pick right back up where they left off. May even be better than they were in their first 2 weeks.
Well, we know this Gen.G team has a high ceiling, right? They beat Optic last event. They were at the top of their division with Spacely. Now they just picked up Envoy, who's a better hardpoint player. If their search and destroy remain strong like this, they could legitimately be a top 3, top 4 team moving forward.
Seriously, no, like that's what was holding them back. Like that search,
Right.
they lost what, like 3-2 in like 2 of their matches to be out of the tournament. They lost like all like top 4 teams. Like they can be an extremely deadly team.
Now let's bring up our